What's up, boo sugars? I'm Amber. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome for the first time. Do not leave without liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell and becoming a member of the squad. So, what I have here today, this is a new product review, okay? This is the MAC Studio Fix Mattifine Primer. I don't know why they got all these long names now. Like, I'm not supposed to be saying all this. I know I'm not. Okay, the primer retails for $34, all right? It can be found currently at your MAC affiliate counters in your Macy's department stores. Now, this will be available on MACcosmetics.com on Thursday, so you don't really have a long time to wait. Again, it retails for $34. Now, as you notice, this comes in like this sleek silver packaging, and this packaging looks a lot similar to the Studio Tech packaging, and expect to see a lot more of that. MAC is in the process of doing a soft rebrand and a repackaging effort, so you're going to see a lot of packaging changes with some of your favorite products. Now, this primer is for oily skin. It has a 12-hour wear claim, and it does not clog the pores. They say don't clog the pores, helps makeup wear for 12 hours, sweat and humidity resistant, crease resistant, so yeah, blurs. It has the same claims that other mattifying oil control primers have on the market. Now, upon trying this initially, what I did notice, it does have like a light fragrance. The actual product itself is white, and it doesn't take a lot. The fragrance that it has is like a clean florally scent to me. It almost smells kind of like a light shampoo. The fragrance did not irritate the skin. I don't know if this was a fragrance that was intentionally added to the product, or if this is just a fragrance that's a byproduct of a mixture of the ingredients in the primer within itself. So that I don't know. Now, when it comes to the primer, when you put it on, it instantly starts to do the work. It instantly starts to mattify and take away the shine. Now, what I do like about this primer is that being the fact it's a primer for oily skin, and it does control the oil, and it does kind of fill in the pores, it doesn't add a lot of texture to the skin. That has been the hardest and the main pet peeve that I have had with so many primers on the market. I have been doing makeup for upwards of like 15, 16 years. I've been doing makeup since I was in college, well, really high school. Did I tell y'all my, I'm talking too much. I've been doing makeup for a long time. That's it, that's all. But anyway, and I've had a hard time finding a primer that is good for oily skin but doesn't add texture. Because what tends to happen with a lot of primers, it has that heavy silica base to it. And when you start to layer just really one or two products, you start to get that patchy, that cakey look. And this primer, so far, the past few days I've been wearing it, it does have a very smooth wear to it. It doesn't add texture to the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't do that flaky shit that primers tend to do. And I would even say against the original skin base, it does have even more of a matte feel. It feels like a creamy powder. When you lay it on the skin, it mattifies, but it doesn't strip the skin of all of its oil. It doesn't feel dry. It feels tight, but it doesn't feel like overly drying or overly harsh. Unlike the skin-based primer, this one will be a lot more friendly for deeper skin tones. The skin-based primer, it did leave like that white ashy looking cast that I did not care for on my clients who had deeper skin tones. If you were over a like deeper than an NW43 or deeper than a NC47, that original skin-based primer was not your friend. Did it mattify? Yes, it did, but it did leave texture and it left this ashy look that was not flattering on deeper skin tones. This one, on the other hand, will be ideal for deeper skin tones. Do I know if they're going to continue to manufacture the other primer? That I don't know. But I do, so far, I do like this one. As far as like a sweat resistance, I haven't had this summer, believe it or not, even though it's so hot outside and I know I'm going through like hormonal changes, sweat hasn't been a huge issue for me this summer. But when it comes to elements in the air, I did notice that I did get like a little streaking. And that was anywhere between 6 to 8 hours of wear time. So I did have it on my face for a while. And one thing I can add to it, it doesn't speed up the oxidation process of your makeup. So I noticed one day I wore it by itself, because it can be worn by itself to control oil and control shine. I noticed that when I wore it with foundations, and right now I have it on with the Shiseido Synchro Skin Foundation. And the reason why I put it on with a different brand foundation is because, of course, MAC, any brand, will make their products to work with their products. I also wanted to see today how it worked with a different brand. And so far, I am not disappointed. I haven't seen any, heavy cakiness or anything like that. My pores haven't been leaking through, which is good. Excuse my lashes, I've been rubbing my eyes all day. So this primer within itself has been acting like a filter in a way. But yeah, that's what I think about the primer. I do recommend it. The price point is pretty good. It's comparable to any other primer on the market. It retails for $34, and a primer from a trend brand such as MAC is going to retail anywhere from $30 to $54, depending on what brand you want. So I do recommend this primer. The foundations I have tried it with, I've tried it with Shiseido. I have tried it with MAC. I've tried it with NARS, and to be honest with you, I tried it with the NARS Sheer Glow. It was cool. I liked it at first, but I would say about 9 hours in, it looked good in the sense where it didn't create texture, but for some odd reason, it's like my NARS, it didn't last as long on top of this primer. So I think, I just had to think about it for a minute. With the NARS in particular, this may not be the best one to use with it. I don't know. That's just my experience. Yours may be completely different. But yes, I do recommend the primer. It works well overall with other brands. Works really good on my oily African American skin. It doesn't leave a cast. It doesn't leave a texture. As you can see, really good with like controlling the pores, almost like a filter on the skin. It's a very, very beautiful primer. And it can be worn by itself as well, because I've done that too. So if you have any questions about this product, feel free to leave me a comment. If you found this video helpful, feel free to leave a like, hit the notification bell, make sure you subscribe and help me grow this channel. So yeah, that's all I have for you beautiful people today. Love you, boo sugars. Come back and see me. Bye.